Elizabeth Warren had a great quarter in raising money. $8.67 million outraised her opponent Scott Brown in Massachusetts in that Senate race. And people are saying, wow, why is she raising so much money? Well, there's a reason for that, because most of the progressives of the country think, who can I give money to? Who I'm positive is a progressive. And that list is tiny, right? It's got Bernie Sanders on it. It's got maybe a couple other guys on it. And it's got this new person who had a lot of attention, not just because she was on TV, but because she stood up for consumers, somebody who actually fought the banks, and then was rejected, honestly, by even her own president, because he wouldn't make her the head of the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, because he said, oh, no, I would have to do a recess appointment. The very next person he does a recess appointment for anyway. He didn't want to appoint her. So she goes to run for Senate, and people think, well, that's the one person we know is a progressive. That's the one person we know actually will fight the banks. So of course the money pours in for her. And most of her donations are from small donations. Now she's got big donations too. She does fundraisers in New York and California too. But again, even for those liberals in California and New York, they think, well, at least that's the one person I can trust. And the rest of them are, most of the rest of them are corporatists. So that's why Elizabeth Warren does better. I love that the mainstream press is like puzzled by that. They're like, I wonder why she's doing so well. What's the difference between her and the rest of the Democrats? Are you blind? But of course, they don't want to write, she's the one person who would rip the banker's face off. And that's why people love her, right? Now, the second part of this story, I might love even more. You remember they made a deal, Elizabeth Warren and Scott Brown, and they said, hey, listen, we are not going to take outside independent expenditure groups and have them run ads for us. So that would be the super PACs coming in and dominating with outside money. So they made a deal. They won't do it. Now, here is a story out of the Boston Globe quoting Rob Gray, a Republican political consultant. Gray said that if Warren continues to raise more than Brown, some Republican-leaning groups may choose to violate that agreement and pour money into the campaign on Brown's behalf. That's what happens when you do a deal with Republicans. Oh, no, I meant we have a deal as long as I'm outraising you. And I thought I had all the banks in Massachusetts and in New York on my side. It's Scott Brown's way of thinking, and hence I would obviously outraise you. But it turns out you're incredibly popular and you're getting all this money. Well, if you're outraising me, then obviously we have no deal. And golly gee, I hear that some outside Republican groups might violate that agreement. What could I do about it? And spend the money anyway. You're a fool if you ever make a deal with the Republicans. They only honor the deal if it is to their advantage. The minute it is to their disadvantage, they will come and screw you over. How many times do we have to go through this before Democrats learn their lesson?